Dear students, welcome to my channel Mechanical Made Simple. My name is Sridhar, B. Sridhar. My phone number is 9912507633. I am based at Hyderabad. So I am giving coaching for GATE, IES, PSUs and BTech academic subjects. Any of you interested may please call me on this number. So in continuation of our earlier video units, we will continue in this video. Okay, so we have discussed about force, work and power. As far as mechanical engineering is concerned, where do we come across the importance of force? So it is basically in the structures, analysis of structures. We are interested in determining the forces in different members. And when it comes to work, or okay, so we will see that what is the work done by a compressor, for example. That is another area. And when it comes to power, we know that power is very much important in case of pumps, turbines, etc. So let us continue for the next topic, next important parameter, that is energy. So we have got two types of energy. One is the potential energy and other one is the kinetic energy. What is energy in the first place? Energy is the capacity to do work. So we have got two types of energies, as I said, potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy is the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its position from a reference plane. And kinetic energy is the energy possessed by a body which is moving at certain velocity. So let us see this figure here. In this figure we have got an object of mass m which is at a height of h from the ground, let us say. So the potential energy possessed by the body of mass m is given by mgh. So let us see the importance of units here. So we know that mass units are kg and acceleration due to gravity. What is acceleration due to gravity? It is the acceleration of a body when it is freely falling under the action of the gravity of the earth. So g value we know that it is equal to 9.81 meters per second square. So if we see the analyze the units of potential energy, we have seen that mass units are kg and g acceleration due to gravity is meter per second square and height is meters. If we see closely kg meter per second square, we have already discussed that it is nothing but the force or Newton. So Newton into meter. So the potential energy is given by Newton meter. We know that it is joules. So potential energy, the units are joules. Now let us go to the next example. So I have got a body of mass m which is moving at velocity v. The kinetic energy possessed by the body is equal to half mv square. Once again let us analyze the units. So mass units are, after all, half is a constant, mass units are kg and velocity meter per second whole square. When I square it, I will get kg meter square per second square. I am separating the meter square like meter into meter. I am writing kg meter per second square into meter. So that is nothing but again Newton meter, that is joules. So just I repeated here, g is the acceleration due to gravity which is equal to 9.81 meters per second square. So let us go to one more important quantity, that is your heat. The heat and work are same, and heat is nothing but the amount of heat content. So it is basically gives the degree of hotness, that is the temperature of a body. If any body is having more heat, its temperature will be more, and if it is having less heat, its temperature will be less. So the heat units are same as that of work, and that is nothing but your joules. So where do we find the application of this energy? That we will see. So we have got, as far as mechanical engineering is concerned, we have got a very important application of the energy. So let us say potential energy, heat energy and kinetic energy. So I have shown here a turbine, where a fluid, let us say steam, is entering at state 1 and leaving the state 2. Let us say it is losing some heat and it is giving out some work output. So here dot means rate of heat and W dot means rate of work. So let us denote the quantities at the input, that is the inlet section, H1, V1, Z1. H1 is the enthalpy, which is nothing but the heat content of the liquid or fluid, which is given in kilojoules per kg, and V1 is the velocity in meter per second, and Z1 is the height at the section 1, and H2, V2, Z2 are the corresponding quantities at the section 2. So the SFEE, which is shortly called steady flow energy equation, let us see the application of this to a turbine. So as I said, because the total quantity of energy possessed by the body, your liquid or fluid is equal to the enthalpy heat, kinetic energy, heat energy, and your potential energy. That is m dot H1, m dot V1 square by 2000, m dot Z1G by 1000. Let us say heat loss is equal to per second, of course, Q dot, and work output per second is given by W dot. We know that work output is nothing but the per second basis or time basis is given by the power produced by the turbine. So once again repeating, m dot into H1 plus V1 square by 2000 plus Z1G by 1000 minus Q dot minus W dot is equal to, that is the net energy stored at input is equal to net energy stored after at the output or at the exit section. So 1 is denoting inlet section and 2 is denoting exit section. So let us analyze the importance of units here again. So I will go to 3 terms, term by term, first term, second term, third term. So first term is m dot into H1. So m dot is the rate of mass flow, that is kg per second. There is a lot of difference between m and m dot. M dot gives the kg per second or mass flow rate per second, mass flow per second, and m is nothing but simply kg, that is mass flow only. H is the heat content at inlet per kg basis, it is given by kilojoules per kg, velocity meter per second, and Z is the height of the inlet section and outlet section from the base or some reference plane, which is called datum, that is Z will be in meters. So let us say Q, as I said earlier, Q dot is in kilowatts, okay, and W dot is again in kilowatts. G, we know that the units of which are meter per second square. So first term is m dot into H, that is kg per second into kilojoules per kg. Kg gets cancelled, and kilojoules per second, we know that kilojoules per second is equal to kilowatts. Second term, m dot V square by 2000. So I am not considering 2 here because kinetic energy is half m dot V square. So I am only concerned with the units here. M dot kg per second, velocity meter per second whole square, that is kg per second into meter square per second square. I am again separating the meter square term. I am writing meter into meter. So kg meter per second square into meter per second. Just observe. So kg meter per second square, we already seen that it is nothing but Newton. So meter per second, Newton meter, we know that it is joules. Joules per second, that is watts. Here we have got a quantity 1000. So watt by 1000 is going to give kilowatts. Let us come to third term. Third term, m dot Zg by 1000. So m dot kg per second, Z is in meters, G is in meter per second square. Kg meter per second square into meter per second. Kg meter per second square is Newton and meter per second is left over there. So Newton meter per second, that is joule per second, and it is equal to watt. Okay, so now W by 1000, watt by 1000 is going to give in kilowatts. I hope you have followed this video nicely and wish you all the best and good luck.